This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie! What's on your mind?
Oh, man. 'Tis the fucking season. Mm-hmm. Fucking, as a tear rolls down my eye. Fucking allergies, bro. Oh.
Yeah, dude. Not pleasant.
Yeah. We were spoiled for a couple months there with the warm weather and shit. Now it's kind of getting chilly. And the other day I woke up and looked at my phone and Amazon said there was a package on my fucking front steps. I was like, oh, thanks. Don't put it in the door, asshole.
Jesus.
So I get up in a panic and I throw in a bathrobe I haven't probably worn since, February. I run downstairs like Tony Soprano style, fucking go out my step, with my fucking sandal. And, hey, how you doing? This is Tony Soprano. Just run out there, get my fucking package and come inside, and I realized that since I hadn't worn that fucking robe since March, it was covered in fucking dust. And now that was just a tripwire for my fucking allergies. So it's like my eyes are red, my fucking nose is sniffly. I'm trying to do my best not to sniffle on air. I got my finger on the slider to bring down my volume just in case I have to do a big snort. So it doesn't sound like I'm doing a fucking rail of coke.
I was just going to say.
I'm the world's fattest cokehead, yeah. It's like I drink coffee and that makes me go to sleep.
Yeah. Same, dude.
Yeah. Most people drink coffee to stay awake. I drink coffee and it makes me fucking tired. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I was born ass backwards, man. Which reminds me of a line my grandma used to say. She's like, if your feet smell and your nose run, you were born upside down.
That must be a Philly grandmom thing, because my grandmother would say the same thing to me. My grandmother, Lorraine, who lived in Delco, she would say the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I have a friend, Albert. We're basically the same age. And I'll bust out a fucking South Philly grandmom line and he'll just fucking laugh. He's like, my grandmom said the exact same thing. If I killed my grandma with a fart, I would just fucking blast her, She'd go, oh, you need a physic.
Oh my God, yes! Dude, no way. My great-grandmother used to say that all the time. She would fucking, that goddamn David needs a physic.
There's something wrong with you.
Yep.
You need a physic. It's like, what the fuck's a physic?
I've never been able to figure out exactly what a physic was.
I'm guessing it's an enema or suppository just to fucking flush out whatever's in me. But what is a physic?
If anybody could answer that, we would appreciate that. Yeah, my great grandmother Long, she was 108 when I was born, and she just hated us kids, and we were wild. She'd chase around. Her favorite thing to say all the time was my little brother David, and he knows this too. He'll tell you too. He used to run around and she'd be like, that God. She sounded like Bam Margera with the sideways talk, except a lot scratchier, She'd be like, that goddamn David needs his ass broken. She'd fucking smack us with a wooden spoon too. She did this long wooden spoon that she'd beat the shit out of us with, and it was like,
oh brother.
My grandmother had this big wooden fork and spoon on the wall, and it was I don't remember if it was in the kitchen or something. It was some kind of decorative thing, and that was always the fear that Gigi Mom was going to be strong enough to rip that thing off the wall and beat the shit out of us with it, and that would be when we finally get it. But yep, it was David.
I got the spoon. I got the belt. Mm-hmm. Most things people would call child abuse, but I think I turned out all right.
I think I'm okay now.
I think I'm okay
now. I think.
She caved my ass a couple times, but here I am.
Lots of
Wearing a half shirt, Daisy Dukes, and blue hair. It didn't affect me at all. You know?
Listen, man, thousands of dollars worth of therapy. We're still doing okay. But
I had therapy, but that was just my dad's fault because
Yeah.
I never knew him.
Yeah.
But, you know.
what I want to say,
Fucking
though,
prick.
is that I am glad that our asses were not broken so we can sit in these seats today and do this show for you. And I want to say
thank
hello.
you.
I want to say hello to the Pod Squad, which has been joining us here. And if you'd like to, we had a whole conversation earlier in the green room, which you can only get exclusively on our Patreon at patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Tiers at only starting Meanie at $10 a month. And you get to hear what we talked about there because we're not going to rehash it here. You can only get it there. So we want to thank the Pod Squad for joining us this morning.
I was just about to say that the conversation we had in the green room with our Pod Squad members was worthy of the main show, but you know what? We're going to let them have it and not rehash it and let it be special for them.
That's
because they were willing to join us each and every time we record here live and have a conversation. We got the chat going.
Yep.
And it's pretty cool. So, yeah, just, well, you know what? My ass is broken because it's got a crack.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sorry. I'll punch myself later. But yeah, I am grateful for the Pod Squad, man. Just they allow us to be able to do this show.
Yep.
We record live for them every week, and we try to make it the best show we can. The best unplanned, fucking unprofessional show. You know, shout out to Carl. We gave him his flowers before, you know, we recorded for Carl. Record, you know, does everything he can to make us sound good so when you hear this show every Monday, it's him. Like I said, he makes these somewhat professional sounding folks sound even more professional than we deserve. So it's all good. You know?
Yep. We're gonna give Carl a yo cuz.
Yeah, of course.
And then here I am making fun of him again.
Yo, asshole, I don't fucking sound like that.
But I mean, you do. But you do, man. You sound like that.
Yeah, we got Shackleford, we got Vanessa, we got little Jimmy
Jimmy,
making a cameo here in the chat.
what up, dude?
Appreciate you guys, man. You guys, you make the meanie wheel turn.
That's right.
You know, here at Mind and the Meanie. So we appreciate you.
We are happy to have you here and be a part of this meanie. I was going to save this for later on, but I think it is worthy for a full pull apart as opposed to during Ask Meanie. Vanessa posted in our Patreon group when we asked questions about the new Beatles recording. Well, the new old one, I should say. It's called a song called Now and Then. They were able to finish this record using AI and archival recordings. And I haven't really had a chance to pull through the CBS News report, but I wanted to know if you listened to it and what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I was scrolling Twitter, and Liam Gallagher from Oasis, or formerly of Oasis, put out a tweet praising it. I was like, oh, you know, the last Beatles song. I knew nothing about it, so I went and listened to it, and I went and learned that, like, initially it was a John Lennon demo of him playing on the piano, which, sorry, allergies. It was a demo of him and a piano, which in it of itself is beautiful enough. So, goddamn, my apologies.
You're good.
They, you know, through the magic of technology, they went and added the other Beatles into this, and I enjoyed it. It was good. It was you know, I won't lie and say I'm the most diehard Beatles fan, but like my buddy Donnie, who loves the Beatles, he was the first person I reached. I was like, oh, let's check this out. I was like, yeah, it's interesting. You know, it's okay. You know, he didn't. The fact that he didn't shit on it means it's good. So, you know, yeah, but it's interesting what you can do now with technology and stuff like that. And, you know, we see like people doing different things with AI where hey, write a rap song that sounds like Eminem, or you
Yeah.
know, and it comes somewhat close, you know, with the rhythms and styles and stuff like that. But when I listened to the song, I watched the video because they spliced in like old video, new video, old footage, new footage, and it was interesting. It was a good song. I enjoyed it. Didn't hate it,
Right.
which is easy for me to hate anything nowadays. That's like I'm so set in my ways. But what did you think?
I enjoyed it, man. I thought it was, for what it was, a new Beatles record. I'm a big fan of the Beatles. I have thoughts and concerns about AI usage. Like what you just mentioned as far as like the Eminem record. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of really bad things that can be done with AI. And actually, speaking of him too, like Carl and I talk about this a lot. It's like, it's like imagine somebody taking Tupac lyrics, right, that he had written down and putting his voice to it 25 years after he was dead. Like that's not really his voice, like it is and it isn't. And then, now you have situations where you have, not to bring up politics, but like just as an example, right? You could have situations where you could have like Barack Obama or Joe Biden or Donald Trump having their voices basically, reanimated and having them say something that they didn't say, or, you could be in this weird position. Kind of the issues that they had with Twitter when, they started verifying people just by paying, right?
Right.
I think there's that's a really slippery slope that you can get down into. And it also takes away from the artist's performance and other parts about it. Like there's Michael Jackson records that were never finished. There's Prince records that were never finished. And there's been talk about utilizing AI to finish those. And it's like, well, why do we want to do that? Because it's not really them.
Right.
But I think in this instance, I'm willing to look past that because Paul and Ringo were involved in it. Like it doesn't seem like a money grab. It doesn't feel like it's a money grab here. It feels like they're just genuinely. So the story says here on CBS, they're talking about how they initially found this demo. They had released a bunch of stuff in like 95, I think it was, when they did that whole thing in the 90s with the Beatles, and they found this demo from, there was a John Lennon demo they found. And,
Free as a Bird, I think it was called.
Yeah, that was the new record that they did. And that was, all of this was done during it at that anthology project. But apparently they were never able to finish it because John had recorded it onto tape. But now that they had the AI advancements, they were able to do it. So I think, and the fact that George Harrison's on it too. They took a sound of recording of his guitar that they were able to put it onto, into the song. So everybody's on this record. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I think it's always a good thing when you can get new music from, artists that you never thought would have another record again. And now they'll have a number one hit again in 2023, 60 fucking years after Beatlemania took place. It's crazy, but,
it's really cool.
It's pretty slick, man. And like I said, I enjoyed it. I listened to it a couple times in the car and I really enjoyed it. But, like I said, I think that it is, I think the way they use the AI now, I mean, do you think this is going to open the door? Maybe I ask you that way. Do you think this is going to open up the door for people to do things like what I just mentioned with Tupac? Like, what do you think about that?
There's pros and cons. Like, I'm trying to think of the guy's Twitter handle. I'm blanking on it, but there's a guy on Twitter who does the Gorilla Monsoon podcast.
Yes.
And he's taking Gorilla Monsoon's voice and he's doing a fake podcast with Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan, and now he's just kind of like doing I think he does a Hulk Hogan podcast in the form of Joe Rogan.
Oh God.
But if you're doing it for that and you're doing it and people obviously know it's satire and humor and stuff like that, I think it would be cool. There was a Van Halen, like a 4 or 5 piece mini documentary that just came out. The YouTube page is called the Tape Archives. And I forget the name of the guy who put it together. I want to say his last name was Rosen. But during the course of that podcast, during the course of that documentary, they took interview clips of David Lee Roth, like from magazines. They used AI, David Lee Roth voice to say those quotes, which was kind of cool because it sounded like David Lee Roth.
Right.
It had his inflections and all that stuff. So it kind of helped. But, you also know, hey, that really, Dave didn't really, read that. So, but it's like you said, it's a slippery slope. You can, you could use it for good. You could use it for evil. I'm such a nerd that I just wish somebody would go back, take all the wrestling autobiographies and just do audiobook versions of the books with the person's voice and stuff like that. Because I just listened to Terry Funk's audiobook. I wish somebody would just take Terry Funk's voice and overdub, have him read the book.
Yeah.
Instead of it could, because sometimes they have people reading these audiobooks, and if it's not the subject of the book reading it, it kind of takes away.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like Steve Gorman from the Black Crowes, former drummer. He has a book about the Black Crowes, but he reads the audiobook.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It just makes it that much better, Steve Lukather, his audiobook, he reads it. And every now and then he would add something. He goes, that's not in the book, but I just figured I'd add that. And you'd pop. But, I would like to see AI used for ways of making things a little bit better.
Right.
Not trying to create something new, but bettering something that like already existed. Like I said, take a book and make an audio book of them reading the book, stuff like that. I'm sure there's other things too, but that's my main point of contention right now. Audiobooks, because I have a whole shitload of them. I just wish the people who wrote the books read the audiobooks.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about with David Lee Roth. I was just thinking about what happened with Anthony Bourdain 2 years ago. They did a documentary called Roadrunner. And the director had utilized information. I guess it was some kind of like, I don't know if it was diary entries or, God forbid, a suicide note. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something in there where he took 3 or 4 sentences and AI created Anthony Bourdain saying these things, but never said anything to the viewers that it was an AI generation. And to me, that's like, dude, that's fucked up. Like, you can't, if you're going to do this, you need to disclose it to your audience that you've done this, and I think maybe that's why I'm not necessarily as upset about the Beatles thing or, maybe even the David Lee Roth thing, because it's AI, right? Like, it's actually not who it is, but like, I don't know. That's kind of weird, but I'm sure, I agree with you. I think in my mind, the way I justify it is if they're using it to make it better, or if you have a book that, somebody wrote that you would love to hear like them actually inflect and tell the stories, I think that would be a useful, or a good use of the technology. But I don't know, man, because then you have all the deep fake shit, and it's just, people aren't trained who, there's times where Mrs. Goober sent me stuff and she's like, oh, look at this. And I'm like, you can tell it's a deep fake. Like, there are ways to tell. And the easiest way, I'm going to teach you something now, y'all. Look at their mouth. If you look at my mouth and the way that I speak, I'm obviously a real person. I think, Meanie, I'm not sure, at least today. But there's muscle movements and facial expressions and the way your teeth sit that can't be replicated by AI generation. It just can't be done. So if you're watching something, I always tell people, if it's something that's controversial, look at their mouth first. Watch the way their mouth moves. And if it doesn't look natural, then you can almost guarantee it's fake. So, but I don't know. Who knows where this shit's going to go?
Yeah, that deepfake stuff kind of scares me, because you could basically just start a fucking war. Just throw on your deep face mask and have somebody say something that wasn't said, and it's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
But
It's crazy. It's crazy. And again, like I said, that was that whole thing with Twitter when that first started. Like the price of insulin dropped, or the stock or something crazy happened because somebody was like, "Oh, we're going to make insulin, $5 now," and the place went crazy. So, but again, that's the pratfalls you fall into it. So it's always a moral conversation as to what happens with this. But again, as far as the Beatles are concerned, I'm with Liam Gallagher. You give me anything the fucking Beatles do, and I'm going to listen to it 100 times. I'm going to love it. I'm going to enjoy it. Well, I should say everything but the Yoko Ono stuff. We can just move right past that shit. Oh, God.
Liam Gallagher said if the Beatles shit my handbag, I would still hide my mints in there, or something like that. Or I don't know. It was a very British line that I know I'm botching right now, but he praised it, and that's what caused me to go look into it.
Mm-hmm.
But the Beatles are always good.
Yeah.
Just I don't get people who are like, "Oh, I hate the Beatles." It's like, how can you hate them?
Right.
I get not liking them, but hating them. It's not like we're in. Even it's not like they're a current band. Just
Right.
People claim they hate Nickelback. It's like, okay, well, I get it. They're kind of a current band. That come out in the early 2000s or whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
Everybody hated Creed, but now like Creed's cool again. I guess like when they first come out, you feel like you're being force fed it.
Yeah.
And those early Creed records, you just felt like, oh my God, they're playing them
again.
Every fucking radio station. You're like, another fucking Creed song. But then they go away. And then, randomly something will come on. You go, oh, you know what? That wasn't too bad. I enjoyed the WWF My Sacrifice video that they did with Creed. That was a good video, So, the Beatles, I like the Beatles,
I don't understand how anybody could hate the Beatles. Like, I understand not liking them, but having a visceral hatred to them seems kind of extreme.
Yeah. They're, I don't know. I forgot who it was. Somebody posted a photo of an early, like big, just in the beginnings of the Beatles, photo of them like as teenagers playing in like Germany. It's like Jesus Christ. And the photo, it was like really cool. I forget who retweeted it, but it's like, man, that was like the 60s.
Yeah.
We're in like 2023, Paul and Ringo are still here, but they're putting out a song. And just like you said, how many, what was that, 60 years?
Yeah.
That was 10 years before I was born. I'm 50 now, 10 some odd years, I'm 50 now. And that's like, these guys have been making music, well before I was born. Mm-hmm. It's kind of, interesting, to see somebody, way young be into like ECW.
Yeah.
ECW existed before they were born. I got to do something before somebody was born.
Yeah.
And now they're young enough and they're coming to me and trying to ask questions about it and stuff like that. And it makes me think about, how I was as a kid. I'm sitting at home, coming home from school or putting on MTV and then like a Jimi Hendrix video comes on.
Yeah.
Hendrix was the 60s.
Yeah.
And there I am in like 1984, 85, watching something that happened maybe, 20, almost 18 years before that, it just, life makes you fucking, reflect on certain things, just, the shit the things I wondered as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I found myself in the adult role helping younger folks learn about the things that happened before they were born. So it's kind of cool, just a role reversal, if you will,
Well, it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that ECW because my oldest is like, James is super into, all things wrestling right now. Like it's just wrestling all the time, which is great, and I forget how it came up. Like, I don't remember if we were talking about BlueDust or if we were talking about something a couple weeks ago. And he started asking me questions about friend of the show, Rob Van Dam.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, what about Rob? Like, what does he do? Like, or maybe it was something, maybe he was on AEW or something like that. I can't remember what it was. And he saw an ad for it. And I was like, oh, yeah, like he was on ECW. He wrestled with Meanie, like him and Meanie are friends, blah, 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 whatever. So we started watching. I started him on ECW One Night Stand 06, I think it was. And so now he's like fanatical about learning about ECW. And he was like, well, what happened before? Like, what were they before this? And I was like, well, I can't show you everything, but like I can pick out a couple good, like kid friendly matches, like maybe Taz
Here's
and Bam Bam.
Kimono Wanalea.
Yeah. Here's Francine. Yeah, right. And it's like, he's, so I'm starting to show him little things like that. And he's like, oh, I've never seen Blue Meanie wrestle. So I think I may have started him with the JBL match. I think it was just like, here, watch this one, And, but it's funny to have those conversations because like I remember watching that stuff live, or as close in proximity to it as it happened, the original ECW. And it's just funny, like that time, like I said, we were talking earlier, like my buddy Mike, he just turned 40. And I was like, how the fuck did that happen, man? I'm going to be, 39 this year coming up. And it just, it flies. Just time is just such an illusion anymore these days. And I can't believe how quick.
It's scary.
It is, right? Like I'm not losing it. Like it feels like time is moving so much faster where it's like, Courtney and I were talking this morning about, we're going to be into 2024 in 2 months. We've already been doing, as of January next year, we would have done this show together for 2 years already. And then in March of 2024, it's going to be 4 years since the pandemic broke out. And it's like, how did this happen? How did it move so fast?
Yeah. I didn't even, it's 2023.
Yeah. Like
the pandemic happened in 2019, right?
2020. Yeah. It started it popped off 2019. Yeah.
Yeah. Because COVID-19 and
right.
What happened to COVID-17?
What about? I literally had someone say that to me. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's excuse me. It's COVID-19 because it came in 2019.
Yes,
it's not a sequel. Well,
right.
It is a sequel because there's always been coronaviruses.
Right.
People are stupid. But,
just fucking be smart, guys.
Yeah, but to get back to the whole thing of time. Mrs. Meanie will turn to me and go, God damn. It's where has the time gone? It's like what age does like time just go, see ya?
Yeah.
When you're a kid, you're like, man, I want to be 18. Oh, man, can I be 21 so I can drink legally?
Mm-hmm.
And here I'm at 50.
Yeah.
Like, God, getting to 18 seemed to take forever. Getting to be like 20, or getting to be, I guess the first milestone, 16, maybe.
Yeah.
Or 13. 13, you hit your teens. You're 16, sweet 16, right? 18, I'll be an adult, yay. And then 21, I could drink and not have my balls busted and drink legally.
Right, I was just going to say, yeah.
But, and then it's just like, and we're off. Mm-hmm. I don't even remember turning 30 or turning 40. I'm 50 right now. At what age does the time fast forwarding start to happen? Because it's like, we're recording right now on a Saturday. Before you know it, we'll be recording the next episode. And
right.
The whole week will be non-existent.
It's like, it's great. Like I mentioned before a couple weeks ago, about I graduated high school 20 years ago. The weekend of Thanksgiving, they're doing that Friday after Thanksgiving, they're doing our 20-year reunion. And I'm like.
Yeah, my high school is planning the 30th reunion.
I'm like, how did this happen? Like I've literally vivid memories of sitting in my last couple of classes before we graduated. Yeah. And I remember it was me and the two of my buddies, Chris Weddy and Mike Katz. We were all in the same class. We were in the same rooms together in the same area. And after the last class, we left and we went to fucking someplace. I think we went to Wawa in Richboro. We got lunch or something. And we're like, oh, we graduated. We can't believe this is fucking amazing. And it's like, it was 20 years ago already. Like I feel like that happened yesterday and so many of these little things happen. And I feel like more so than ever, I wake up and I'm like, I feel like this was just very recent. Like it doesn't, the differentials and the space between it just doesn't feel real. But crazy, man, crazy. But I'm not going to my 20-year reunion. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck that.
I think I did my 20th.
Mm.
And then I just realized the Facebook group, for my high school, from my class of 93, Atlantic City High School, they were playing in the 30th, and I just noticed the fucking thing. Fuck, it's too soon. It's too late for me to fucking do anything for it.
Yeah.
But, I could still, think back. I could still smell the hallways of my high school. I could still think of, the graffiti I wrote, and a hidden part behind the shitters. There's this little door you can open up, and I wrote little things in there, And, you graduate from high school, and the last time you leave for the day, you don't realize that's the last time you're leaving forever.
Right.
You never have that, TV moment where you stand in the doorway and hold the knob for the last time and go, this is the last time I'm going to be in this building forever.
Yeah.
There's none of that. You just fucking leave. You're you're in a rush to get home and, go home, take a shit. And fucking be happy that, you have to fucking be, held down by the man. My senior year was such a fucking, junior year. Freshman year, I was that's okay.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to go to summer school that year. And I was like, fuck this shit. And then senior year, they're like, oh, you have a bunch of credits to make up. I went, fuck. So, I had to do day school and night school makeup. And it was for science class.
Oh, God.
I was like, what do I need to know this for? I want to be a wrestler. I swear the guy passed me just to get me the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
I don't need to know about, now that I'm 50, I wish I would have paid attention because they're talking about rocks and stones, and Mrs. Meanie's into rocks and crystals and all that. I wish I could kind of know what she's talking about, which I could have if I would have paid attention in fucking high school, at night school. Yeah, I would have fucking, I would have at least know somewhat what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it just fucking. It's just weird. All the things you took for granted, or I took for granted. I'm just saying, I can't speak for you, but the things I took for granted, just not realizing the last things were going to be the last things, and there's some people I hadn't seen since. You always try to look up people from high school on social media, and I have a friend Nick who I've been trying to find. Nick Calabrese. I've been trying to find that guy forever. Because I want to thank him because he turned me on to so much cool music. And, there's other friends who I know are out there, but I can't find them. And I see them once I saw them at the 20th and almost want to go to the 30th.
Yeah.
But, just to see him, what are you doing? What's up? What's going on? But, I just got on a little tangent there.
No, you're good, man.
Yeah, just time's fucking flying, man. It's fucking crazy.
Meanie!
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to spice up your Thanksgiving?
Ready as I'll ever be.
As we dive headfirst into mountains of mashed potatoes and cranberry sauce, let's talk about the unsung hero of the holiday season. It's the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. That's right, Meanie. It's time to go cold turkey on your old razor and take care of your own turkey leg with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Visit manscaped.com right now and use promo code MINDMeanie for 20% off plus free shipping, and enjoy Thanksgiving in style with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Gobble, gobble, boys, and gobble, gobble to you, Meanie. Let's talk about this new product here. How has it helped you and the little tiny meanies downstairs after years of using the wrong product?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing, man. I am thankful for Manscaped and the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra because I could take care of my little cranberries and my turkey leg there, and I could go into the holiday feeling confident and secure that when I'm stuffing my face and I'm doing some stuffing later on, that I don't look like a fool. So thank you. I'm very thankful to my Manscaped lawn mower 5.0 Ultra.
And, Meanie, the one thing that we don't want to have is poor grooming be the topic of the dinner conversations at the table. Lord knows it's already going to be awkward enough. So with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, you'll be able to be the talk of the table. It's waterproof so you can groom wet or dry. And let's face it, we all want to look our best before carving that bird, if you know what I'm saying. The LED spotlight ensures you don't miss a spot, even in low-life situations. And speaking of carving, the dual skin-safe blade heads are your best teammates. The trimmer blade takes care of business, while the foil blade gives you an irresistibly sleek finish, like a winning touchdown at your Thanksgiving table. Little John and the Eastside Boys have never looked better. And for my guys who go back for seconds, Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the ultimate bundle for the man who deserves it all. This bad boy Meanie is the whole plate and dessert. Included is the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose trimmer, Manscaped's liquid formulations, and 2 Meanie, count it, 2 free gifts. Unbelievable, right?
Unbelievable.
Now that you've tackled the fur, it's time to make sure you smell like royalty with the Crop Soother Aftershave Lotion and the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafe Ball Deodorant. Once they touch your sack, you'll never go back. The gift of Manscaped doesn't stop there. The bundle comes with 2 free gifts: Manscaped's Boxers 2.0 Premium Underwear and the Shed 2.0 Toiletry Bag. Once you're done shaving up, it's only right you put those put your pants presents in the best wrapping of all. They're seriously the best boxers I've ever worn. I get them. I probably have them send me a refresh once a month because I absolutely love them. So go ahead right now, Meanie, right today, before you get to that Thanksgiving table, go right now to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MINDMeanie. That's right, it's 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MINDMeanie at manscaped.com. Be thankful this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped. Your balls will thank you, and we thank Manscaped for sponsoring the program. I don't know if I necessarily I have no interest in going to my 20th year reunion, right? I don't know. They did something in 2013 for our 10 year. I don't remember if I talked about this. Now, if I've talked about this and you've heard it already, I'm sorry. You can skip through it. But I don't remember if they did something. Or I remember it's 2013, and I went to an affluent. My school was in an affluent area. I went to Council Rock, and I graduated from Council Rock North. And we were the poor kids in the rich neighborhood. So these kids don't really have, as they become adults, I'm sorry you don't, but they don't have any concept of how other people actually live, big mansions and lots of money and everything else. And they're like, oh, we're going to do a reunion somewhere at some swanky hotel in Philly. And we're like, all right, whatever. It can't be that expensive. It's $250 a person. And it was not an open bar. And I'm going, there's no way we can afford this. Plus Courtney I think she was 9 months pregnant at the time with James. And so everybody else kind of had the same thoughts. They were like, this is incredibly expensive for a 10-year reunion. So they ended up canceling it. And whoever was running it, they were they kind of scolded us all about it. They were like, well, we asked you all to come up with ideas, and then we came up with something and it wasn't good enough for you. So you guys figure it out. And I remember writing something well, maybe you could just be realistic about where people are in their lives. And not everybody can afford to spend $500 in a room with people that they don't really like for 4 hours. So I think for this year, they were like, well, we're going to do something different. They're doing it at a bar in Northampton that there was a spot called the Black Bull we all used to go to after we graduated and became of age. And one of the girls we graduated high school with owns the bar now. And she was like, oh yeah, well, we'll have it here. So it's an easy buy, and it's $10 and you get they have a limited menu, whatever. So it's a real easy, no pressure kind of thing, which I thought was pretty dope. I was like, all right, this is cool to a better idea. But again, I don't know. There's a handful of people I would love to see, but it's always going to be the same questions. It's oh, man, how's it go? You still listening to the Biscuit? I'm yeah, dude, sure do. It's 20 years and I'm the same fucking person I was in 2003, man. Exactly the same. I haven't grown at all. I appreciate you. The awkward small talk and having to, I don't want to do it, man. Everybody I want to be friends with, I can see on Facebook. I can see on Instagram the people I want to stay involved with. I just don't want to fucking waste my time. I have better things to do. I hate to sound mean about it, and that's not the way I want to come off, but it's also What about, I don't want to stand here and have the same conversations with the same 10 people, you know? It just,
Yeah.
But it's like you said, too, like, it's like the last time you see somebody, the last time you touch something, like, I can't imagine there's probably millions of inactive fucking AOL instant messenger accounts that are out there right now. You know, think about it. Like, the last time you logged on to AIM was 20 years ago, maybe less. They're all just sitting there collecting digital dust, like no one's touched them in years. And I don't even remember the last time it was. But yeah, I can still smell the school and the photography room. You know, I've talked about this class, and like I can still smell the chemicals in the room, and that gives me a lot of good memories and good thoughts there. But fuck, man, I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't. Would you go? Would you, if you were thinking like me, would you go, or would you be like, nah, fuck it, I'm going to go do something else?
It depends on your experience. You know,
Yeah.
I went, you know, most of the people I went to high school with were the kids I went to, you know, grade school with, and we all got along. And I think, you know what kind of throws a damper on high school reunions is social media.
Yeah.
Because you fucking go to high school reunions to see what everybody's up to. But, like, if you follow each other on Facebook and Twitter, you kind of have an idea where we're at in life. And there's, like, you know, it's kind of, like, social media is the ultimate spoiler alert to, like, where everybody's at. You know, if you wanted to get together and have, like, a night at a bar and just, like, hey, let's get together and just have a drink without this whole hullabaloo of getting a DJ or catering or, you know, food. Let's just go to a bar and meet up, you know. But, you know, it depends. Like, you know, there's people I went to school with that I'm still friends with to this day. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, there's some people I don't know. Like I said, there's some people from my childhood I don't see on social media, and it kind of bums me out because there's people I really liked. I was like, man, I hope they're doing good.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I would go for that one or two, you know, the one or two people I don't see at all. Yeah. You know, on social media. You know, it's like they kind of became like these ghosts, you know. You know, I went to school with this kid, Anthony. You know, we went to, I went to a school, St. Mike's, that closed. Then I went to a Catholic school, Star to Sea. And, like, I met Anthony at Star to Sea, and we went to high school together, and then we graduated high school, and I didn't see him again until the reunion. I'm like, fuck, man, what are you doing? And he's kind of like kayfabing me, like, I'm doing all right. You know, what do you do for a job?
Let me twist your fucking arm a little bit more so you talk to me, brother. Yeah.
Are you a spy?
You're the fucking CIA. I just want you to say it.
I have one friend I've known since third grade. I guess he's like an undercover guy. And he's like, I really can't tell you what I'm doing, but yeah, I'm doing some stuff. Like,
a couple things.
Right.
Brian, I appreciate you asking me, but I paint houses. That's about all I can tell you.
Yeah, it's like the least likeliest guy to, like, do what I think he's doing. You know, so I'm like, holy shit, that fucking blew my mind. But then here I am, the guy who fucking traveling the world in my Daisy Dukes and half shirt and blue hair.
Hey, man, you made out. Listen, you did better than 95% of people out there. Trust me, man.
Wait, I went to Atlantic City High School, and I guess as far as, I hate to say famous people, but like there's me. I think. What's her name? I don't know if the news reporter Jessica Savage went to Atlantic City High School.
I recognize that name.
I think she went to. Rumor has it they based they based Veronica Corningstone on her, Anchorman, loosely. And Ron Burgundy was James Gardner, I think. But
yeah,
as far as Atlantic City High School, it was me, Lou Rowe, who played basketball for Atlantic City High School, but then he went to play basketball at UMass, and then he played with the Detroit Pistons. And I got to play like one session of basketball with him in gym class. It was just it was a fucking squash match. You know, he's fucking dunking, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go sit in the bleachers.
Yeah. I'm looking it up on Wikipedia right now. You exist. Your name is on the Wikipedia page here for notable alumni. Brian Heffron, professional wrestler for World Wrestling Entertainment and Extreme Championship Wrestling. You're here.
And one of with the tag team, the Dicks.
Let me see.
One of them was my classmate. I can't. God damn it, 50. My fucking memory is shit. But like, what's that?
I'm just looking up to see if I can find them if they're on the list here.
Oh my God, we're friends on Facebook. I know the man. I can't think of his fucking name. It's driving me nuts.
Oh man.
But another one of my classmates, Marty Small, he's the mayor of Atlantic City right now. Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. There's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, Jessica Savage did go to Atlantic City High School.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I'm glad. I was going to say, if your name wasn't on here, I was going to add it in here because it deserves to be there. So, you're a fucking notable alumni. Hopefully, too, you could be, let me think about this for a second. Maybe in, I don't know, the Atlantic City High School Hall of Fame. Could start some things happening. Perhaps another Hall of Fame, Bruce, that's coming to Philadelphia. Bruce, Paul, are you listening? Conrad, you could probably pull some strings too. I'm hoping for a very blue Hall of Fame, if you get me. But tell us, if y'all are listening, would you go to your high school reunion? Leave some comments underneath as you like and subscribe on the YouTube page. Tweet them at us, because I want to know what you think, because I want to know if I'm off base here with not wanting to go to my high school reunion, or if you've gone and if you've had a shitty experience or a good experience. Tell us in the comments and let us know, because we want to know. So,
shout out to Machete Von Kill, who says, "Have you seen?" Machete. Have you seen Grosse Point Blank? I have not, but I should. Kind of sums up the high school reunion feels. I should watch that movie because I'm a big fan of Minnie Driver and John Cusack. I just we were just watching. There's a show on HBO called Our Flag Means Death. I think it's Our Flag Means Death, and Minnie Driver just made an appearance in one of the episodes. I was like, I know her somehow. Yeah. But it's kind of cool to see her, and there's like a lot of cool cameos on this show. But yeah, that just bringing up Grosse Point Blank, it kind of made me think of Minnie Driver. But yeah, I haven't seen it, but I want to see it.
I've heard it's good. I definitely want to. I want to take a look at it. But something else is good because it's supersized today, and I want to start it now. Meanie, I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question for you, sir.
What would that be?
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask me anything. Ask me something.
Yeah, cause.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag.
This is a drizzling shit.
Not that one, Daniel. The hashtag Ask Meanie, and you may hear your questions on the program. Meanie, it looks like we're both thinking the same thing here. What you got today for your seltzer?
It's Groundhog's Day with Canada Dry Mandarin Orange Sparkling Seltzer.
Yes, sir.
I'm not giving you the finger. That's just how I hold it when I say I'm in it. So
I have my sparkling ice berry lemonade here, which is the good shit. I bought some today before I came on the show. So, Meanie, we're going to crack this, John, in 3, 2, 1. There it is. I love the spritzy smell of the berry lemonade. Pinkies up.
spritz on my tits.
You got to warn me before you say stuff like that, because I just spit my drink.
That was the desired effect, my friend.
Just spit it right back in.
Got a little spritz on my tits.
That's the name of the episode.
You won't.
I will. I'm writing it down. Little spritz on the tits.
The eyes have to be exclamation points so we don't get censored.
I'm laughing so hard I'm spelling it wrong.
Tits.
Spritz on MAH too. My tits.
Seltzer spritz on my tits.
There you go. Seltzer spritz. Yeah, the I in tits will be the exclamation point there.
Point, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Machete Von Kill says the soundtrack is amazing, which 90s kind of killed it for like soundtrack, like awesome soundtracks in the 90s, man.
They did.
Yeah, like back in the day, there would be soundtracks as all orchestral stuff, but like I'll have to check out the Grosse Point Blank, but like Last Action Hero soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Single soundtrack, you know. Oh, man.
Meanie just vomited into the microphone.
In Japan, that's a compliment.
Yeah, hey. Dude, no, Grosse Point Blank. They got Violent Femmes, The Clash, David Bowie and Queen, Guns N' Roses, Faith No More. Pete Townsend is on here. They have more.
Nice.
They did a second soundtrack, Specials and Melly Mel, Joe Strummer. Wow, yeah, there's a lot of good shit. And the movie itself had a bunch of good music that's not on the record. Motorhead, The Cure, Eels.
Eels are underrated. They're good.
99 red love balloons. Yeah, that one's on there too. No, this looks like a great fucking movie. I got to see it. Let's see where are we at here with our questions.
Little sidetracked.
That's okay, dude. Little Jimmy Sorensen wants to know if you were to get AI'd to a song, what song would you want to be singing?
Ooh. It depends on my mood, really. You know, one day I could be listening to Slayer, the next day I'm listening to fucking Belinda Carlisle or the Go-Go's.
Mm-hmm.
It would. I don't know if AI could help this voice. Couldn't, as they say, I couldn't carry a fucking tune if you put handles on it. Let's make it a Van Halen song. Let's make it Mean Streets by Van Halen. Probably one of my favorite fucking, just attitude-wise, it's really good.
I would say Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. I love that record. I can carry a tune pretty well for the most part. It's just more of the higher notes that I can't quite get to because my voice gets cracky. But I would say, yeah, Don't Stop Me Now would be the one. I was actually, speaking of that, Adam from Downingtown was going to tell you, I was listening to Rock the Bells radio on Sirius XM channel 43. It's LL Cool J's station, and they do the super cool thing where they do Salute the Sample. So they basically cut up a bunch of, like they play the original records that people pull samples from. And they played Eddie Van Halen's Beat It guitar solo, like just as the solo track. And they were talking about Van Halen, and I did not know that Tone Loc, the song Wild Thing, actually sampled Van Halen, and there was some kind of lawsuit
Jamie's
about
crying.
it. Yeah. There was some kind of lawsuit about it or something.
Yeah, the opening drum beat and the guitar part in Tone Loc's Wild Thing is Van Halen's Jamie's Crying.
Yeah. Yes.
And then also, Two Live Crew sample Van Halen. They took the guitar part for Ain't Talk About Love and for the song The Fuck Shop.
The classic Christian rock record, The Fuck Shop. Yeah.
That's what I said my wedding vows.
And now Brian will read scripture and quote from Uncle Luke in The Fuck Shop. Please open your Bibles.
Ye old fuck shop.
Oh my God. That is hilarious. Holy shit.
As they say in ye old fuck shop.
And now Deacon Williams will read Pop That Pussy by Two Live Crew.
The Dick and Deacon. The Deep Dick and Deacon. The Triple D.
Triple D. Oh my God.
Now coming down the aisle, the Deep Dick and Deacon.
It's just blaring fucking church speakers.
Yeah.
Don't stop on the... Incredible, man. That was good shit. Oh, man.
Oh, God.
You know, Meanie,
What's that, Adam?
we hear this a lot. Every CBD company tells you that their product is the best. With quality control measures like lab testing and QR codes now becoming the standard, it can start to seem like all CBD brands are the same, but I'm here to tell you something, Meanie. They are not. Knowing what makes certain brands better will help you spend your money more wisely and have more confidence as you incorporate CBD oils, topicals, capsules, or gummies into your own wellness routine. And that's why we're proud to partner with Green Road CBD as an official sponsor of Mind of the Meanie. And Meanie, I know you're a longtime user of Green Road CBD. How has Green Road CBD helped you in your life?
Let me tell you, Green Road CBD is a product I've been using for years. And when we started Mind and Meanie, I always was like, let's get Green Roads as a sponsor, because I use them almost daily. Whether it's the gummies, to take care of the aches and pains of 30 years of wrestling, the topical solutions that help my knees, help my back, help my elbows, help my shoulders. Green Road CBD has done everything to help me maintain a pain-free existence from all the years of wear and tear as a professional wrestler.
And to me, Meanie, that sounds like the Green Road's difference. And it comes down to a really few important points. They're just part of the reason that they've won industry awards year after year, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and have heard countless stories from customers just like you about the impact that those products have had on your life. So Green Roads is led by a compounding pharmacist with 25 years of experience helping her community getting healthy. For her and the entire company, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. And not all hemp sourcing is equal, Meanie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But they select their hemp from high-quality American farms, and also not all lab testing is equal, which is why they use an accredited independent lab to conduct full panel tests on every single batch. And that's why Green Roads is an original manufacturer, not just a quote-unquote white label brand. So right now, you can go to greenroads.com, Meanie, and save 25% off of your entire purchase. Wow. 25% off of everything, Meanie. That's huge. And all you have to do is go to their website right now, greenroads.com, and use promo code MEANIE at checkout. That's 25% off your entire purchase by using promo code MEANIE at greenroads.com. Own the day with Green Road CBD, and we thank them for sponsoring the program. Pod Squad member Anthony Camerata wants to know... Camerata. I'm curious to see what Use Guys is. I appreciate the usage of Use Guys.
Thank you.
Use Guys' opinion is on the WWE documentary on superfan Vladimir. Have you ever met him?
Awesome. Man. I didn't mean to step on your words there.
No, you're okay.
Reacting.
You're okay.
Superfan Vladimir. Dude, I love Vladimir. I've known Vladimir forever. Like before I got into the wrestling business, like, I want to say I first met him at Halloween Havoc 92. Or maybe even like the house show before that. But like we had been at shows together as fans, went to conventions together, as fans. And he was just always that guy. Everybody talks about, Hat Guy or Faith No More guy from the ECW Arena being at every show. But like Vladimir and Faith No More guy and Charlie, his buddy, they were like at all these events. And such a good dude, man. Such high positive energy. When you're around them, everything was high positive energy. There's some people you meet at shows and you're like, oh my God, get me the fuck away from this guy. It was never Vladimir. Vladimir was always the guy you wanted to go towards, know. That's my motto in life. Be the be the person people want to fucking flock to, not flee from,
Right.
Just, he was always that person that everybody flocked to. And I'm glad the documentary finally came out. Shed a few man tears. When you see the relationship with his mom and how much she meant to him and how much wrestling and his mom meant to him, the two things in his life, wrestling and his mom were the two most important things. And unfortunately, he lost his mother, and he almost lost, wrestling there during the pandemic. So it just, man, just fucking pulls at your fucking heartstrings. And I just want to find him and hug him, you know? I got to see him maybe like a year or two ago at a show in Jersey.
Mm.
And Figures Toy Company, not Figures Toy Company, give me a sec, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Hold on, because it's part of my read. Go to shop.figurecollections.com. They have the Vladimir the Superfan action figure available right now for pre-order.
Oh, that's sick, man.
And I went and pre-ordered the Vladimir figure. Not putting his stuff out there, like his health's not doing too good right now, so everybody needs to go pre-order that figure because the money goes, all the proceeds go to him. Shout out to Mike Johnson for getting the deal together and making sure, you know, everything's, you know, he's the protector of Vladimir. So, you know, get that figure. But the documentary was so well done. It's been done for a while. You know, it was supposed to come out like years ago and then come out, and then all of a sudden news broke that it got on the WWE network in overseas, and then it was on Peacock, and we watched it right away. You know, just did you watch it?
I have not had a chance to watch it yet. It's on my stuff or whatever it is. It's pinned to watch it, but I was excited. I mean, as a kid watching, you know, any pay-per-view or any major wrestling event, Vladimir was there. You know, it became a thing. We were always looking for him in the front row. And I remember being a kid or a teenager and being like, oh, there's that guy again, you know, and he became a part of the show. So, I mean, I am excited to watch it. I just haven't had a chance to really sit and take a look, but I've heard nothing but great things about it. Lots of really super positive reaction, and I'm just glad he's getting a shine. You know, I'm glad he's getting his moment. And it also too, with the inclusion of the Blue Meanie at the Hall of Fame, it would be cool to see Vlad go in, to the Hall of Fame as well. You know, I mean, he's I feel like such an integral part of the show sometimes, you know, and I think that would be a really cool honor for him. But, now looking forward to checking it out.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Watch the documentary. Buy the figure. Actually, the major toy company is doing a bendy version of his action figure too. So all the proceeds go to Vladimir. So yeah, definitely check that out.
Where am I at here? Mark and Dryden wants to know, on Monday Night Raw, Gunther's next feud looks to be against The Miz. What are your guys' level of interest in this? Personally, mine is, quote, wait and see.
This is money.
Yeah.
You know, Gunther, sorry.
Gunther.
Dude, I mean, longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, about to feud with former Intercontinental Champion. To me, Miz is always money. You know, unfortunately, Dolph isn't there any longer, but because I would say, you know, him and Miz have been there for, you know, close to 20 years, you know, holy shit, you know, and Miz always finds a way to stay fresh and, you know, get heat and stuff like that. I think I'll be all right. I think I'll be good. You know, Miz is always entertaining, and, you know, Gunther, you know, as a fucking machine.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even imagine what one of those fucking chops feels like. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh God, I can't even imagine what that must feel like to take that on a weekly basis. Like, fuck that.
Chops suck in general. It's just like, oh
God,
get chopped like that. Fuck that. You know?
Dude, no way. I watched the promo the other day. It seems like they're pushing towards another Miz face turn, which I love. I can't wait to see him be a face. I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say about the Miz, but honestly, man, like the first and only 2-time Grand Slam champion, like the dude has cemented himself as a future Hall of Famer. And anytime you can put Miz in a program with anybody, especially Gunther for that Intercontinental belt, that shit's going to print money. So,
and to see where, you know, Miz has come from,
yeah,
and what he's become is remarkable. You know, it wasn't an easy road for him.
No.
You know, in WWE, you know, there's a lot of resistance. Oh, this guy's just going to come in here. You know, the thought process, the guy's going to just come in here and use that as a stepping stone for something else.
Yeah.
And here he is 20 years later, you know.
And he's still doing amazing things and amazing work. So no, I'm about it. I can't wait to see where it goes. I'm looking forward to it. God bless you. Let me see where else we are here. I don't know why it was like it was just an immediate response. Let me see. Christian Glenn wants to know, I'm not sure if Meanie has talked about this, but I wonder what his predictions are for wrestling in the near future with TNA changing its name back, NWA on CW, and with OVW being hot since the Netflix show. Will there be a sort of boom, oversaturation, or will it stay the same?
Yeah, TNA is going back to being called TNA, which is funny because I never stopped calling it TNA.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what a name change is going to be. It's kind of hard to find the product,
Right.
you know. NWA, I love what they're doing because the CW is cable and over the air.
Right.
You know, if you're one of those people that's like, well, I'm never going to, you know, I'm a cord cutter, you know, but if you have a digital antenna, you can still watch CW, the CW, and watch NWA. So that's important. Kind of like how, you know, SmackDown's on Fox, which is, you know, cable and over the air, you know, digital antenna kind of stuff. So,
Boy.
damn. OVW seems to be doing good. Al's show keeps his attendance for his TVs have been picking up and stuff like that, and hopefully they do a season 2.
Yep.
What the future is, God knows. If I could predict that, I'd buy a lottery ticket. But I mean, to me, Ohio Valley seems to be doing good. I love what NWA is doing. You know, YouTube's good too, but you need to get those casual viewers who are like, you know, channel changers to go, oh, here's some wrestling, you know?
Yeah.
You know, get the people who aren't looking for it to watch it. TNA, again, I love everybody. I have friends who work there. I want everybody to do awesome, but it's kind of hard to find them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't even know what channel they're on. It's just,
Yep.
you know, I see the clips on Twitter, and that's about it. But, you know, your best ability is availability. It seems like NWA has upgraded their availability as far as being able to be seen and stumbled upon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the phrasing. You know, a lot of the best wrestling I ever watched as a kid, it was something I stumbled upon.
Right.
Just channel surfing, or, you know, back in the day when there's, you know, TV guides and stuff like that, and you're looking for wrestling. You kind of really have to search for TNA. So, yeah, I wish them all well. But, yeah, as far as what they're going to do, I don't even think they know what they're going to do yet. But the best thing is the journey, you know, and seeing what happens.
I mean, it's exciting to again, and all wrestling is good. The more wrestling on television or available to anyone, the better. So it's only going to breed competition. So I'm excited for everything. But I agree. I don't know exactly what name change will do for TNA at this point. I mean, I hope it does well. But it's, you know, maybe it's time to look into something else, how to revive that product. So, Tom Talks Rubbish, friend of the show. Hello, Tom. Good to talk to you again, sir. What year has been your favorite in your career?
Wow. Maybe 97, 98, just because, you know, probably like 98, because that's when Nova and I were feuding with the FBI, and wrestling them every week was so much fun. Having a feud, you know, I've had a lot of matches in my career, but I never really had a feud, you know. And FB, no Meanie Nova versus Tracy Smothers and Lil Guido, was basically our feud because we wrestled everywhere and just got better and learned so much from them, because they were veterans, by the time we start working with them, and they taught us so much. And I want to say that was 98. I'm trying to do the chronology in my head. Stevie left for WCW, and then me and Nova were kind of just trying to find our way within the company, because I'm sure they thought we were leaving too.
Right.
If Raven left, then Stevie left. Oh well, then Meanie and Nova are gonna leave too. But then we're like, nah, we're still here, and they're like, okay, I guess we can use you now. And that was around like 98. So I would say that whole summer and feuding with them, it was fantastic. I have had a lot of good years, good moments and stuff like that. But if I had to pick one year, 98, because I feuded with the FBI, and then my feud went, after the feud, I basically went to, WWE in 98. So
Yeah. 98.
Yeah.
Last question for the week. Robert Kelly wants to know, what is the worst object to be hit with out of this list? A frying pan, a glass tube, or a fake leg?
Ooh.
A fake leg. That sounds fucking disgusting.
I'm going to do an honorable mention. The worst fucking a plastic chair instead of a steel chair is the worst fucking object to get hit with. Because Ben, the frying pans were gimmicked. They're like those dollar store Teflon fucking one. Like if you go to, or if you ever see like old footage of the East Side Arena, there's the arena. Then there was like Foreman Mills, but in between Foreman Mills and the arena, there used to be this shitty little dollar store. And that's where everybody went to go get the frying pans. And they are what me and Al Snow call boingy metal. me, Al Snow, and Nova would call boingy metal. And you just tap it on your finger, and it goes boing, 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 And that's, the frying pans weren't that hard. It weren't that bad to get hit with because they weren't like solid state steel fucking frying pans. What was the other? Frying pans,
fake leg, and a glass tube,
which I'm assuming is the light,
like the light bulbs. Yeah,
I would never want to get hit with that because I hate those things because all the fucking powder that's in them are probably not good to breathe in.
Right.
Those fluorescent tubes, I'll go with the fake leg.
Yeah.
As far as pain, light tubes probably just shatter. You probably don't want to get hit with the remnants of a light tube because that's when, you see people like get fucking jabbed with. If you watch the the Dark Side of the Ring on Pizza Cutter.
Oh, Nick Gage.
Yeah. Nick Gage got fucked up by a light tube.
Oh, yeah, it almost killed him, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, they fucking helicopter him out and shit. So I hate fucking light tube. I hate that shit. Oh, I'm going to hit you with a light bulb. Oh, please don't. Oh. But I'll go with a fake leg. Fuck it.
Yep.
They seem to you figure all the support a fake leg needs to be strong enough to support, a human body. So,
right.
The frying pans are gimmicked. Light tubes are glass. I'll go with a fake leg. And it probably smells too, so.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I can't even imagine.
Smells like the inside of a fake leg.
Well, what doesn't smell, Meanie, is doing this segment with you each and every week. We appreciate your questions. They're all fantastic. And don't forget, the week of Thanksgiving, the Monday after Thanksgiving, we have an entire Ask Meanie episode coming up for you to enjoy. So ask away. Send us your Thanksgiving questions. Send us your non-Thanksgiving questions. Send them to us right away. You can send them using the hashtag AskMeanie. And again, we will ask them to Meanie on the show. Meanie, I want to thank you. I want to thank the Pod Squad as well.
Thank you
for stopping by today. And Meanie, as always, where can everyone keep up with you on your social media when they're not listening to this program?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. If you'd like to support the Blue Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. If you want to support Mind the Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Colin Elbow, the wrestling brand, go to colinelbowbrand.com. Use coupon code Meanie or coupon code MIND. Save 10% over there at colinelbowbrand.com. MadCatBeardCare.com. Go to MadCatBeardCare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. Shout out to my boy Josh Thornton doing an amazing job over there, taking care of the cats and making sure people smell and look good with their facial hair. If you're a bearded fellow like myself, go to MadCatBeardCare.com. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles in late 2024. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters created by the awesome Hal Haney, but many real-world wrestlers, including myself and many others I'm trying not to spoil. For updates, go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's Twitter at UPW Video Game. The Figure Collections Bone Crushing start that again. The Figure Collections Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available now. All Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Get yourself a Blue Meanie, old school Blue Meanie, or a very limited BWO shirt Blue Meanie. Either way, there's no wrong choices. So, shout out to Jim Nelson over at glaciersofIce.com. Jim made a 3 of 3 only handmade custom BWO Air Jordan 1 sneakers for Stevie, Nova, and myself. Each pair takes Jim about 50 hours per pair. So if you want to see these awesome looking shoes, follow him on also forms of social media at GOI Kicks. That's at GOI Kicks. To have the Blue Meanie on your podcast, go to podstars.net. That's PODSTARZ.net. Register your podcast, and then you can request me to be on your podcast over at podstars.net. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holiday, and well wishes. Go to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. I have a couple to do once I get off the air here. And go over there to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO, and let's make somebody's day a little bit brighter. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you?
Me? Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. You can follow me there at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. You can also listen to my other show, Foundation Radio, at going to foundationradio.net. Meanie, the holidays are coming up. That means you can get yourself your brand new, only official Adam Barnard Wrestle Buddy by going to brothersgaddor.com, picking one up today. You can also get yourself a Blue Meanie Wrestle Buddy as well, but also at the same time, you can get yourself a 2-pack. That's right, 2-pack of your favorite podcast hosts by getting the official Mind of the Meanie 2-pack by going to brothersgaddor.com. The Feinberg method, use promo code Goober and save up to 20% off of your entire purchase. My trainer, Brad Feinberg, is ready to help you with your mental and physical wellness. TheFeinbergMethod.com. Shout out to the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville on the other side of Pittsburgh there. Go over and see Kane and Jordan and the rest of the team there and get shaped up and look nice just like me at 10th Ward Barbershop.com. ProWrestlingTees.com/Foundation Radio. ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at Casa DeMeanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Don't forget to go to Patreon.com right now. Patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie and sign up today to join the Pod Squad. Tiers start at just $10. I want to thank Manscaped and Green Road CBD for sponsoring the program today. And I want to thank you, Meanie, as always, for doing this program with me each and every week. I appreciate you, and I appreciate all of you who are listening right now. And we will see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel for the Blue Meanie. I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind
Blue World Order.
of the Meanie. Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
Dad, why is Blue Meanie's brain out?